It's a team you can count on. Keep watching Sun News Network.
Hey, welcome back to the show. You know, we didn't talk a lot about the Ontario provincial election, mainly because I found it too depressing. I'm a conservative by nature, but I found that I didn't find it easy to cheer for the conservative team, so bloodless were they. Joining me now in studio is Stephen Taylor, director of the National Citizens Coalition, a conservative lobby group, think tank, advocacy group, whatever you wish. Thanks for being here in the chair with us.
Thanks, Ezra. Always great.
Now, you know what? I want to cheer for true conservatives. I felt like I really didn't have a hero in that race. I mean, I'm sure Tim Hudak would have been less bad than Dalton McGuinty, but I just never felt like he made me want to stand up.
Not very inspiring, is it? I mean, Ontario came out with 48%. That was the voter turnout in this election.
That's pretty low. That's like almost what was it last time? Do you know offhand?
It was a few points higher, but it seems like every election we're
And it doesn't have to be that way. Stephen Harper in the May 2nd election, turnout was what, closer to 60%?
Yeah, between 60 and 65.
That's pretty serious. I mean, so if 1 out of 3 voters, almost, 1 out of 4 voters that voted for Stephen Harper, just say, you know what, forget about it.
Well, look, Tim Hudak ran as the change candidate. I mean, he even called his platform Changebook. I guess Facebook did well in the focus group, so they named it Changebook. But if you're going to run as the change candidate, you actually have to be the agent of change. And for conservatives, I think a lot of them looked at Tim Hudak and the platform. It was sort of meager on conservative elements. I mean, we didn't see platform planks. We saw splinters. A lot of gimmicks like chain gangs. Nothing like Ontario has the danger of becoming, Greece in the future. I mean, we're spending $7 for every $1 new dollar in economic growth. It's unsustainable. We've got a $200 billion debt. Dalton McGuinty is creating one fake new magical green job for every 5. It's costing 5 jobs in real terms in the real economy. To subsidize every new job that he's creating. These are the key themes that any conservative should have run on in the last election. But we were offered sort of these gimmicks. We weren't offered real platform planks. We were offered splinters.
Now, what did you do about it? You're with the National Citizens Coalition. Were you involved in the campaign?
Yeah, I mean, we were beating the drum, talking about the economy. We ran on a fiscally conservative. Well, we didn't run, but we did put out the points that, look...
Did you run any ads or any billboards or anything like that?
Yeah, we did radio ads, we did social media and email campaigns, and we were trying to find, conservatives in order to call their candidates to ask about conservative issues, about the economy. The economy is going to be, it is currently, and it's going to be the most important issue for Ontario in the upcoming years. Our bond rating is going to go down. The United States just recently went down. It's going to be more expensive for us to pay off our deficit and our debt because, well, we don't have the credibility in the world markets anymore because we're on this course of financial instability.
I find it so weird that Saskatchewan and Newfoundland are have provinces. I don't find it awful. I find it wonderful.
Yeah.
But Ontario is a have-not province. The engine of Confederation's economy for a century is now the sick man of the country. I find that really bizarre. All right, 2 questions for you. Do you think that Tim Hudak will be allowed to stay on by the party to run again? And do you think he should be allowed to stick around and run again?
Well, I don't think there's anyone that's lining up to take the job.
I think you're naive. I think that a lot of people would like to take a crack at that job. And by that time, Dalton McGuinty will have fatigued the province. And surely someone out there can think they're doing a better job than Hudak.
Well, the next 4 years, I think we will see Ontario's economic track, falter further. And in 2 to 4 years, depending on the minority government situation, we will see, I think, a weaker Ontario. So it will set up the next person for leadership to have a real good kick at the can.
My point of view is that there will be controversies in the campaign. That's what a campaign is, a clash of ideas. And if you try and be bland and fit in and really hug your opponent, well, and if you don't choose the controversies, your opponent will. They'll choose a controversy or fate will. And I think that by not choosing spicy, meaningful points to differentiate themselves from the Liberal, they fell into a big trap.
But I think that was the main problem. Tim Hudak I mean, he called himself Mr. Change. If you want to be the change candidate, you have to offer Ontario some sort of difference.
I'm not really looking for a change candidate. I'm just looking for a conservative. Stephen Taylor from the National Citizens Coalition, thanks for joining me on this Thanksgiving Day. Appreciate you being here. Go have some more turkey. Hey, folks, stick around after the break. Your hate mail, and there's even a little love letter that snuck in this week. I don't know how that happened. That's after the break on The Source.